So for the flops of the year 2014, people and albums, you have P Square. Flop or now?
Wow, F9.
I mean, for me, P Square missed their chance as being labeled immortals. That's how I see it. You know, after some fantastic albums, I was hoping Double Trouble would just take them to that, you know, idol zone where we say, hey, P Square, untouchable icons, Nigerian pop music icons. But they missed their chance.
There was no growth. There was no growth on the album whatsoever.
You know, they were still jumping on trends with the shaking thing.
Yeah, too many controversies even leading to the album. It was, I mean, they were just here and there. You could just feel that there was no, you know, unison between Peter and Paul.
Taste the Money or Testimonies. It has to be one of the worst P Square songs of all time.
And videos.
And videos. It just felt like, before, you know, P Square, when you see a P Square video, you feel like, okay, this is strategic, right? They're going somewhere. Most time around, it just felt random, like, drop and. Let's get it over with.
So the Shaking It was, you know, a spin-off of the whole Shocky thing. So
and the video didn't stay.
There were a lot of second-ish songs on the album too.
Yeah.
Even the Don Jazzy one. When the song came out, I didn't have high hopes for the song. I still don't, and I made my opinion.
But I told you that song would do well.
I'm shocked it's not popping yet.
It's between.
It's a good song.
Yeah,
you know, dip his head in, but hasn't gotten there.
You know,
yet.
Nigeria, maybe because
collabo.
It might start popping.
The push hasn't been. Some people haven't received a lot to play it. So.
But funny enough, this album kind of reminds me of the Danger album, where everybody was like, what's this Danger song? What's this album? People also didn't get that kind of vibe, but I think with videos and all that stuff, they picked up. So I'm hoping they can pick up. But for this year, I think it was kind of a flop.
P-Square not to rig the game, but I just feel like all their cards are on the table right now. What else do you want to give us that we've not seen before?
So the P Square flop this year?
Flop, big time.
Yeah, the flop.
Yeah, especially with the album, big flop.
I'm indifferent. I like collabo.
Two-Face.
Oh! The one we love so much.
First time I don't have.
Two-Face is a god. Two-Face is there with everybody.
Two-Face is the reason why we are all doing this right now.
Two-Face is a legend. He always will be.
So let's establish that fact. Two-Face.
Well, this is a blemish on his almost spotless record.
Yes.
I listened to that album, the album listening. I had my initial fears, but I said, okay, maybe because, you know, when you listen to a Two-Face album, it grows on you.
Yeah, it grows on you, yeah.
I got the album, I listened to it, and I was like, nah, this is not it. This is not what you'll be expecting from the guy who single-handedly changed the game.
10 years in.
It was
10 years in as a solo artist.
Yeah, it was substandard.
A guy whose biggest songs, a lot of people do not even think about this. A guy whose biggest songs are not even club songs.
They're not club songs. Two-Face is not a club artist.
You understand? Two-Face comes every time, and the reason you love the song is not the beat. You love the song because of what he's going to say, or the way he's going to say.
I think from the beginning, they just get it from the album cover.
I mean, Ascension was a very crappy album. Let me just register.
But the album cover too.
The album cover, you can. I mean, it was nice. You know why I like the name of the album, Ascension? I like the idea because the album before that was Above, Away and Beyond. You know, and if you check the album cover, he was like almost entering the sky. So Ascension was, especially because they dropped the video that dropped before that was Spiritually, which had that whole ancestral feeling. So Ascension, it was
stolen concept.
Yeah.
Let's
So Ascension had, okay, this is Two-Face finally elevated into the celestial clouds. I was expecting a very unique, a very creative album cover, and all I saw was Two-Face like this.
I hear
you know, that was so. Where was the creative direction? On the art cover, and all that, you know, just sums up everything about an artist, from your album cover to your music.
And I sat together at the listening, and for some time I felt like the only person who was truly happy about what was happening there was his DJ Willie O.
Yeah,
he was excited, you know, and another track comes on and Ayo looks at me and is this a Two-Face?
We didn't get that goose people factor. Like,
it was
my God, this hit the streets. Not like,
so
where are we going? Too many collabos with too many random artists that we do not care about in Nigeria.
So
production was weak.
Very weak.
For an artist of his caliber.
Uncoordinated production.
Very uncoordinated.
Yeah.
Very uncoordinated.
So Tubaba has this small blemish this year.
Yeah,
Yes.
flop, man.
Flop.
Is this small?
It's not small.
He also missed that. I mean, well, he's already an idol, but it's like Zeus cutting Zeus with his pants down.
Yeah.
So not going far from the tree. Dammy Crane.
Oh, Hypertech.
Dammy Crane also had his chance at hitting the nail on the head, but I don't think he did it. I listened to the album. It's not a bad album,
Decent.
but it's quite decent. But I was expecting more of a power punch from Dammy Crane on the album. But I like the album, not bad. Maybe he could have delved more with production and all that. But for a starter, yes. But in totality, nah.
He dropped his album, nobody cared.
But
Yes.
I wouldn't consider him a flop because I think he's also on his own private lane, trying to fashion out a sound that is unique to his own personality.
Kind of like
Think-
just starting. I mean.
But think
So,
Davido
I
dropping
wouldn't-
his first album.
Yeah, we
think
should-
Whiskey dropping his first
No, we
album.
should- I don't
think
think-
Wande Coal dropping his first
Exactly.
album.
Exactly.
Then think Dammy Crane dropping his first album.
I think
for
those
me-
guys are more mainstream than
Yeah.
Nah,
than
you can't be more mention than
No.
Fuji and Pop, which
No,
is doing Fuji Pop.
But
So
it's a blend that is only trying to
I don't think
come out with.
I don't think he understands the
And it's
rudiments.
just too early.
He doesn't
to
understand the rudiments
write
of
him
both
off
genres
as-
of music.
Yeah.
He doesn't really understand the rudiments of Fuji and doesn't really understand the
The
rudiments of
problem
pop.
I have with Dammy Crane's music is Dammy Crane's music is too playful. Sometimes I feel like
I mean, was
does
nice.
this guy think he's
I mean, it was
yes,
very nice.
Yes,
Yes.
of course, but largely his catalog is
I mean, shows he has the
really
potential.
playful. Sometimes I feel like maybe this guy thinks he's actually singing for morons. So even when before the album drops, I already had what I thought or what I was expecting,
Yeah.
and then the album drops.
But I
Then
don't know
again,
since when did
yeah,
being playful on
for-
the track
for-
become
A criteria for bad
For
music.
a new artist,
no.
for
I mean,
a new
I want to
artist.
address that. Since
Yeah.
when did being playful, or how do you mean playful? You said Dammy
Playful.
Crane is being playful.
Are you just
So-
trying to say you can't stick him to a particular sound or a particular?
Me, I'll say nonchalant.
That's part of it, but there's
Not
this
putting the
nonchalance
work.
on the music.
It's like you don't
There's
have
this
to do
randomness, there's this lack of real effort in the music. And for an artist like him, you'd expect with all the fire that he came, all the lady love and everything, his debut should have popped.
Was tagged
That's
as-
what I feel because I really
every
do
artist,
praise
your
Dammy
debut
Crane
is
in that-
important.
in that
And when
thing.
that debut doesn't go
But
well,
was there any
it's a
promotion for
problem.
the album leading up to the album? He
I
had
mean,
a
he
video.
has had
I think that's part of the.
He had
problem.
a name,
If you don't-
he had
if you
a name, but I don't think
if you
there was
don't
any
promote the
synergy,
album.
any series of events.
Like you can't even tag Amin to the
Yeah.
album.
Yes,
Yes.
this is like
Yes.
You're
Yeah.
forgetting a single. You did a song with Davido. Why are we
Davido.
talking about that?
Yeah.
In case of
because everything wasn't layered to the desired.
Yeah, but it's a flop, though.
Dammy Crane
So-
falls in the class of those artists who need to go back and work on the
So we agree Dammy Crane album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't agree. I don't.
Timaya, I prefer that album.
Wow.
Timaya has been known to. You know, he had that cheat card in the game.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
If I don't like to he did it with Bow Down. Samko, he did it, but I think right now
The
people
album,
should be asking
the
about
album.
Timaya, where is that body of work now? Define what you've done so far.
It can't.
It's not with Epiphany at all.
I think Timaya's best album is still his first album.
course.
I
Yes,
like
first album, by
I
far.
liked his second album too. He also showed all that vigor,
Yeah. lost it
energy.
after
Then the one before this one was it had the same sound.
Timaya has been
Then
a
even
busy-
Epiphany, as he didn't cut.
Timaya
through.
don't put out.
Timaya-
They mock the hard work of
Yes.
what you put it. It's like when you are
Yes.
trying to do something so great, Timaya comes and plays with it and
And
gets
gets it
away
right.
with it. But this, I don't think he. Yes, the song might deceive you like this.
Hold me now.
I'm not going to name names, but I was with this producer. He said he was working with Timaya, and so they were, just bouncing off ideas.
Freestyling.
Of the song. So he was just doing stuff. So the guy was like, just take this one down, so you will come back, we will come down well. I was like, now the song we don't they do like this. So that aside, to me, Timaya has been playing with his music and his fans for a long time.
For a long
Timaya
time.
has been a joker for a long time, so I'm not surprised. Timaya falls in the class of those artists who should go back and work on their music.
Yeah, I agree.
Alright, Timaya flop.
Flop.
Whiskey Ayo. What do you guys
The
think?
album.
The album.
The album, I won't necessarily say flop. I would just say if you hold us to ransom for 2 years, right?
Yeah.
What you have to drop has to be a banger.
It
Think
has
of
to,
Justin Timberlake.
It has to be what
Justin Timberlake holds us for
all
5
the-
years. And
The album had bangers though.
Let me say
Did it sound like an album? The album sounded like the album sounded incoherent. 1, 2. He seemed to have alienated everybody who could help him.
It's like
then 3. That album didn't have a touch of Banky, the sound from Banky and the help and the A&Rs.
And it was evident.
Yeah.
It was just Wizkid.
the album is like, you know, you want to buy, like you're supposed to go and buy a whole cake. But when I get there, that's okay. Is this slice I want? I think that's what Whiskey's album is. You just okay, give me a Joe Legba. Give me my bed. You know, I don't really like Bombay. Let me say that. After that,
I like that Wale song. The beat.
Yes, the Wale song.
Just give me those.
Yes, give me that. Yeah. But as a whole, this is a guy.
So it shows versatility.
His debut album was.
It shows lack of work and thought.
His debut album was.
And people.
His debut album was Press Play. It was that album.
A superstar.
But now it's just like.
Even the name of this album, I don't get it. Joy. Yeah,
his name.
Exactly.
His name.
It's a
No.
I think he has gotten the point that anything I do will blow. But right now, you have to tell me.
Or was it just like, yeah, me, just have your album? So
I think that's what I'm
talking about. I think let me give them.
Let me give a done album, but we'll wait and see.
I don't think so because
album.
It's still his brand at stake.
Yeah, he's still shooting his brand.
His body of work
for themselves.
He's still shooting his
So
brand.
I don't think so. Wizkid, that was the best Wizkid could have done, and that is why it is bad.
But let's not forget, just 2 albums.
That album was Wizkid trying hard. That album was Wizkid giving his best, his 200%. This needs to go back.
It's just 2 albums in though. Like we still have a lot of time.
3 albums.
Yeah,
if you had the
compilation album.
The
3 albums.
So, but is that not a criteria to say? I mean, just consider album.
That album was Wizkid going hard.
I think he will drop a lot of dope materials like he dropped wasted too much time and
you know.
So Wizkid to me.
So the Ayo album flop.
Huge flop.
Wande Coal, lack of album or no lack of album?
Sorry, I have to say this, but Wande Coal,
as an artist,
Wande Coal, you know, he changed the style of pop music in Nigeria, and I think right now he has just been a letdown to many of us who are waiting. This guy dropped his first album 2009. What are you waiting for 5 more years? Are you waiting for God to come and sponsor your album?
He has not gotten better.
You had Baby Hello.
Like you will release a free album and just put it on.
Because right now,
or something.
It's ridiculous right now that guys that are biting your style, Orezi, Mehdi, Davido, Wizkid, Akeki, you are the godfather of like these pop stars, and you're like
laid back.
Laid back.
That's why it's sad for me when I see the big artists. You were already doing your thing, you were already on your journey, and you understood your sound. In fact, you introduced your sound and other people copied, meaning you're a trendsetter, you're a trailblazer. But then someone else comes with a new style and it feels like, oh, this is what is popping. Then you leave that thing, you now come back to copy Wizkid, or you come back to copy,
to join the queue.
That way you're no more special.
Wande Coal was like the
Wizkid. Wande Coal is
Wande Coal
is a follower right now, just a talented follower.
Wande Coal was the dream because Wande Coal do pop music, and even the hardest critic could be like, nah, this is good because he's not cheating. He couldn't understand.
Wande Coal could never feel right now. All the music is released in his dull moment. They've all been good.
Listen to Baby Hello and like this guy
has something.
You understand how to
but this guy
Wande Coal can compose music.
It's not complete right now.
You listen to the first album,
I think
the topics.
Yes.
You know, it felt like an album.
Look at
because when it's an album, even a photo album, you're not just all the pictures are not just you sitting in a room. You're in the stadium. It's an album because it has to show a lot of things. What are you going through in your mind? What do you feel? What is your take on this issue? And that album was perfect.
I think there is a missing link, which is the right management and the right people. I think it will affect. If you had a Maven boss, the monster, the beats maestro,
a quality control,
I think if you had someone like Don Jazzy,
that is not good though.
Or do you think Wande Coal needs to be signed to a label to function?
No, I think you need somebody.
Do you think if Wande Coal was still at Maven, he would have dropped the album?
If he had the priority of
he would have. It was I think, but is that not the reason why he left Maven? Like one of the reasons.
I think one of the reasons
why they were dragging him. They were putting other people before him.
I think one of the reasons why he left Maven was the spillover from the Mohits. This thing. I think he felt he needed a clean break from the Mohits. I know Don Jazzy was still part of the the whole
setting, yeah.
But I think right now, if Don Jazzy was with him, the album would have dropped.
They
wouldn't have dropped that kind of Baby Hello video, which I thought was whack. And he spot the, you know.
I mean, Yemi was shown in that video.
The first day I
heard
the mechanic things up down.
Yeah.
As I
that's one.
I was like, that's a Wande song.
Look, if Wande is not going to play at this level,
then you should just go home
because he is that talented.
Yeah.
He's that talented.
Yeah.
You know,
so sorry, Wande.
So Neto,
sorry.
Oh,
I don't have any word to spare on that.
Neto, you flop.
Neto is a huge flop.
I don't have
for me.
anything to say.
Neto is a huge flop for me because I'm a huge Neto C fan. I love Neto C. Even when a lot of people felt like, oh, this guy cannot rap, I took the time to discover Neto C from his first album to Super C Season. You know, all the great songs on Super C Season he ignored. No videos, no promotions. You get that song, the Super C song itself. You know, so with that, you just know that, okay, Neto C is not trying to be a fantastic guy anymore. Neto C really wants to blend in. Another problem I have with this thing is, sorry to delve into his private life, but I think Neto C is the only one person that can choose to say, I won't do this thing for the money.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to do this thing because it's what I want to do. I'm going to up the quality. I'm going to challenge everybody. You know, but I'm sorry, Neto is acting hungrier than all the other people who came from the streets. You know, so I don't know. I don't have a lot.
I think all his singles.
I don't have a lot of artistic respect.
I think him changing producers. Changing producer was one of the greatest.
Yeah, one of it.
T.Y. Mix gave your last certified hit, which was Tony Montana. You switch to who is his new producer? E. Kelly hasn't bought it for you.
Nothing.
Even the new single that is popping, Ajebota and B.O.J. practically gave you that song. Like, you know. So Neto, and it's sad because Neto has always been the forerunner of the Igbo rap movement, and Fino has just dusted
a premium brand in the rap movement.
Yeah. Him and Fino did a song together. It's not popping. That speaks volumes. That speaks volumes of the way people regard Neto C right now. Like Neto C dropped something like,
Neto C was doing shows for 1 million, 2 million with IP and all of this. You know, so sometimes I wonder, but this formula is already working. Why do you come and change it?
Get your mix back.
He went back to school.
You know, so it's sad. But man, right now, Neto is not one of those guys I want to go and see at the show.
See, I don't want to listen to his music.
Alright. So this last person promised us a Grammy, went into politics. Nice. 2 albums.
I don't know why.
Nice
album, and as a person, it was nice a flop.
Nice released the double album. I was so excited because his last double album was very good. I remember. I gave me a heads up that this album is dope. I went to his concert. He had a concert. It was on point. I went back to listen to the album. Versus Ambassador was on point. So when he announced that he was going to drop another album again, GRA and CNN, I was like, oh, another double album. You know, this is going to be great. It was crap. It was really, really bad. I think those are the worst albums I heard.
It was crap and he was voiceless.
Yes. It was really bad. The production was bad. You know, everything was bad.
Everything about the album was.
You know, I want to say something.
What is nice doing with Chifo?
Well, the problem with Chifo, I don't know.
Chifo is not a high grade producer.
He used Chifo and Prodo. The previous albums he worked with T.Y. Mix. Like, why would you leave T.Y. Mix and who gave you some incredible sound? You understand? And gave it to these guys, and they really messed up the album for him. Why I know Nice is still a great artist is what he did with Shantizo on Loke Loke. And so when I heard the song, I'm like, I actually tweeted it and said, Nice should just hook up with D-Tunes for his next album.
That's simple as that.
Give him the sound back. That's all.
He needs a proper producer.
Yes.
Is money a factor? Yeah?
So then going into politics and all that.
Because why would you leave a winning team, the likes of TYMX, and opt for?
I think you are starting with leaving. Why did you first leave Eddie Kamasa?
First of all,
that's your Quincy Jones. Right?
That's like commitment issues. Issues.
Well, I mean, we don't know, but he moved on. He did some good stuff.
It's all good, but
you know,
2 albums. I tweeted then that
both of them
I bought the album and I want back.
I bought the album. This is like the first album I bought the album and I was so annoyed. I just tossed them out of the window because it was the voice, production.
As a
musician,
as an artist, your voice is your money maker. You know, so at that point where you start to discover that, man, this thing is not the way it should be or the way it used to be, invest some
You know, go
money,
fix
put it in order.
Right.
You know, it's not out of place that it's happening. He's not the first person. Mike Shinoda, plenty other artists around the world, you know, who lost their voice in constant singing, active singing. So now normal thing, you know, this is your money maker. You sing, you need this voice every day.
Your livelihood.
You get, especially seeing that you have made good money off of this thing. I don't think taking out 10 million, 5 million to go and fix it, I don't think it's too much. But no, he wouldn't.
I think that's problem has been like been like this for a while.
Yeah.
And I think with this new album, he just totally crashed landed.
Yeah, it's decline.
I don't think, honestly,
no shows, nothing.
Nice is not buzzing musically.
Yeah, isn't.
So Chizu was the
no government seats either.
No, yeah.
You now rode the horse and still nothing.
But I mean, the song with Shantiz was dope. Look,
yeah.
As in, I miss that nice, because when I listened to the verse, I really miss that kind of nice. That was nice right there. So there's still a glimpse of hope for him. He should just hook up with someone like D-Tunes. It'll be dope.
So there you have it. Our 2014 flops of the year. Let us know what you think in the comment section.